I'm looking forward to finding your facts on that, because that just doesn't.
I'll tell you what the facts are.
Rick, again.
You had the
Rick,
word.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
The newspaper.
I'm speaking.
Time for you to tell the truth.
You get 30 seconds.
Time for you
this
to
is
tell
the way the rules
truth,
work here. Is that I get 60 seconds.
Well, no, but the American
and then you get 30 seconds to respond, right?
And they want
Anderson,
to hear you say that you knew
would you
had
please? Would you please wait?
Working.
Are you just going to keep talking?
Yes,
Are you going to let me
sir.
finish with what I have to say? Look.
Wow. I got to tell you, I don't know how you feel about how Perry did last night, but it was certainly fun to watch. KTRH News Time is 5:17. Joining me right now from Real Clear Politics is Sean Trendy. Hey, Sean, welcome to Houston's Morning News. Thanks for taking the time.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, so here's my take on this, and you tell me where I'm wrong. I thought that Perry needed to have a debate like this. I know he came off as a little snipey. He came off as a guy that maybe bristled people. I know he got booed last night, but I believe he needed to do that. He needed to show up last night, and indeed he did.
No, that's exactly right. He couldn't fade into the background like he did the last couple debates. He did kind of taper off towards the end again. He had some meandering responses on religious rights and stuff towards the end, but
right.
He had a much stronger debate than he'd had in the past.
And let me ask, I've got Matt Mackowiak here, GOP consultant. And Matt, in my discussions last night, I was tweeting and I was emailing back and forth to all of my Politico friends, some of them truly believing that Rick Perry buried himself by being so nasty and really not paying attention to the rules. I, on the other hand, saw it as maybe Perry needed to have a debate like this. What do you think?
I think that's true. I happened to be there last night, and I think that one of the storylines was all the bickering. There's no question, particularly between Perry and Romney at different stages. But I also think that we're not talking about Perry having a bad debate. We're talking about Kane taking a lot of water on 999. We're talking about some back and forth between those two candidates. So ultimately, Perry was much improved. He was energetic. He was better. Was he good enough? He's not quite yet good enough, but I think he was much better last night.
All right, very good. GOP consultant Matt Mackowiak in Vegas, also Real Clear Politics pollster Sean Trendy joining us this morning. And gentlemen, hang on. I want to take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about Herman Cain. How much water did he take on last night? Were there some holes shot through his 999 plan? How did he do? Also, Ron Paul, I thought, looked pretty good. Maybe had one of his better debates. Your thoughts on that coming up here in just moments. Joining us right now is GOP consultant Matt Mackowiak from Vegas. We're getting him up early this morning. Also, Real Clear Politics pollster Sean Trendy. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. All right, let me start. Matt, let's start with you this time. Herman Cain might have taken on a little water. He used fruit to kind of explain his 999 plan. How did he do last night? Did they find the Achilles heel in that 999 plan? I know they were looking for it.
They were. He was on defense for the first 30 minutes, and it was almost a little bit uncomfortable because everyone on that stage was criticizing his plan.
Right.
That being said, I thought he acquitted himself fine. I don't think he had any major gaffes, any major problems. I think the trick for Herman is he's about an inch deep. He's not quite 2 inches deep or a foot deep on these issues. He may have some problems on things like foreign policy. The thing about it is that the support that he has is deep, and so the question is: are the people that support him now, are they going somewhere else? Do they go back to Perry? Do they go to someone else? Do they eventually go to Romney? We'll see how Herman does over the next few weeks.
And Sean, let me just ask you about Ron Paul. I thought he did okay. He rolled out his plan to cut the deficit $1 trillion, getting rid of up to 7 government agencies. I like what Ron Paul says. Don't know if he could do it, but I like it. Do you think that last night he looked a little stronger as a candidate, not as wacky as in debates past?
Yeah, you have to remember that Ron Paul is kind of the original Tea Partier, literally. So the problem with Paul is that whenever you get on foreign policy, he's way outside of the GOP mainstream. But in a debate like this that focuses on domestic policy, he's going to be kind of with the current heartbeat of the GOP. So, yeah, I thought he had a pretty good debate.
All right, let me run down a couple of other candidates. Matt, we'll go back to you. Matt, is it 2:30 in the morning where you are?
It is 3:20.
Well, I really appreciate you getting up in the middle of the night to join us here. You are awesome.
You're welcome.
I thought Bachmann, I'm watching with my wife last night, who never liked Michelle Bachmann, but last night she said to me, she said, you know what, Michelle Bachmann, at least for me as a woman, is beginning to resonate a little bit more. She sounds a bit more intelligent. Did Michelle Bachmann score any points last night, or is she still treading a lot of water?
Well, I think she did better last night. She didn't have any majorly problematic areas. Look, she's having trouble getting oxygen. There's no question. There are so many candidates. There were 7 candidates on that stage. Now there's 3 or 4 candidates that need to succeed in Iowa. I suspect there's 3 tickets out of Iowa. I suspect that's Kane, Romney, and Perry. Then Romney wins New Hampshire, and then probably Perry wins South Carolina. So, look, Bachmann's going to need a victory. Santorum needs a victory in Iowa. Newt Gingrich needs a victory in Iowa. There's too many people there that need to succeed there, and I don't think there's enough tickets out.
All right, Sean, final question for you real quick. Santorum got into it with Romney last night, too. He was also trying to get in people's faces. How long before he just quits this thing?
I have a sense that he's probably in it at least through Iowa at this point. Why not roll the dice and see if you catch fire? He doesn't have a whole lot of resources, but he hasn't had resources all along. So, I think he'll probably go to Iowa and finish 4th or 5th, and that'll be it.
That'll be it. All right. Sean Trendy, Real Clear Politics, and Matt Mackowiak at 3:25 in the morning in Las Vegas on the phone with us, our GOP consultant. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your insights. Always good to have you guys on.